Hello, welcome back. Um, Last stream was a success. I did find out that can stream 4x3 on YouTube. It's kind of cool. It doesn't seem like many other platforms allow it. They'll just create black bars on the side of your stream. It'll create black bars on the side of your stream and post it in like a 4x3 window. So you don't really get a choice in the matter, which kind of sucks. But since YouTube hosts all this legacy content, like music videos from a really long time ago, you know, you can just, I guess, expect it, which is nice. But yeah, I was gonna stream a little bit more Minecraft. My overall goal, I think, is just to build like a large Rubik's Cube. So I need to figure out a way how to get like a red block, a blue block, white block, black block, orange block, yellow block, and a green block. So that's my goal. This is 1.7.3. So it's an older version of Minecraft. That's why the concrete's not in. Not that I think I could find concrete anyways. Or, yeah, the ability to make all those concrete blocks very quickly. Is a coal block an option? Did I do that? Actually, I killed a bunch of squid last time I was playing, so should have black ink. I think I can dye sheep's black. That would make it really easy. Might not be an option yet. If anything, I could create a pair of shears if I just dig. It's my little house. There's just a bunch of woods behind it. I hadn't seen like woods that are like really dense like this before. It's really interesting to kind of look at. Destroying this biodiversity right here. That's all birch will ever mean to me. Did drop it. And it's nighttime all of a sudden. Started my farm. It's not producing quite yet. So we're still in a famine. Sheep on top of a tree. Thought I was gonna jump. My little chicken farm. I guess it has a few sheep in it too. Oops. Oh, Bone Boy. Another skeleton? Yeah. Yikes. Oh, I got a bow. And an arrow sticking out of my head. Ow. Can't see anything right. Oh, hello. Ants. Um, used up a lot of my torches. Um, I have no idea how deep I am. I've tried to, I'm trying to avoid using the coordinates. No particular reason, I just, you know. Will I be more involved if I just don't use them? Maybe not think so much about what I'm, doing. No one knows. It's like my last piece of food right there. Nothing. Another day. Let's see here. Getting a little bit of cobblestone, which is nice. Turn these into... Gonna go over here and find out I have no food still. I have no food still. Oh, geez. There's a lot of skeletons around here. Now I have food. Oh wait, is this fully grown wheat? It is. I did have food and just didn't know it. They I guess they changed the texture. I was just unfamiliar. uh do I have a hoe? Guess I do not. Yes I do. Food. Have food. Finally. I don't know why that wouldn't let me grab it. Seems like in this version you have to more directly walk over top of things to get them to go into your inventory. Um, bread, peas. That is hay. There we go. Non-bread. I'll put up my diamond horse armor, which I don't really remember that being in the game this early. Might just be me though. I am actually going to take all my little growables and put them out here. I don't really need them otherwise. Uh, eat bread. What are my chickens doing? Frolicking. Alright. Now we have some chickens. Come back. Come back. Doesn't listen to me. What about you? Can't beat him. Uh, any new chickens? No gamble chickens. What about you? Food. Back up. I want to see if this pop-out chat is working. Okay. Seems to update. I was just making sure because it's kind of detached. I have a lot of stuff on one screen right now. Let's see here. Just running through this thick forest. Oh, and there's a desert. Like, right here. Well, I want this. so I can start to grow it. One of the last times that I played Minecraft, I searched everywhere, couldn't find a desert at all. So I'm actually surprised. Which I shouldn't really be surprised, because I feel like deserts are just like way more common anyways. It's weird going through this desert, like no render distance though. Feels more like snow, which I think technically Antarctica is a desert because it doesn't receive enough rainfall. So I guess that's valid. Really need some shears. I pick up these dead bushes, dead shrubs. Shrubs. $35 cacti. So it can't be too close to sand or it won't grow. Can't even be placed, it looks like. Oops. Can't make like a wall of cactus. I think if anyone were to go to a desert and see cactus lined up like this, they'd be kind of freaked out. It's like a highway of cactus. There might be cactus farms that are made like that, and I just don't know about them, by the way. And honestly, I don't know where my home is. I know I live in this direction. There we go. Yeah, I'm not too far from the desert. It's just right behind my home. Grab all these growables and put them over here. Actually, I'll put that right there. Da, 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 da. Yeah, there we go. Could make my house a little bit bigger, more interesting. I don't really think I need to. It's not really a priority. Snooze. Thief! Oh, I should see if I can dye a sheep black real. Does not turn into black ink. Okay. Yeah. Good. I guess I should start a mine somewhere. Just dig down. Like, I got this. It just doesn't really feel like I'm doing much in it. I don't remember where the kind of like a spider spawner someplace. Oh yeah, it's down the other hole, I think. This way. I think I passed it. Yeah, it's right here. Here we go. I should start digging here. Maybe not like right here, but um somewhere. I guess I'm gonna dig like in a straight line, go down. Get out of here. Now I've been placing my torches on the left. I read online somewhere about a player doing that just to make it easier for them to remember how to get out, because my sense of direction is terrible. Like, I could not live without GPS. Can't do it. I can find places around my hometown and like read signs and stuff to go to certain places, but not like if I've never been there before, don't really stand a chance. Gotta have some prior research. Hear water rushing. I don't know if that's above me or not. I think it's the farm above me. Maybe that's why like nothing's growing. Uh I just remembered I'm playing on like a single player server and I'm only loading like a couple of chunks at a time just because the render distance. I think that's how it works. I think it's tied to what I can see in a single player world. Maybe my plants just aren't updating. Great. Um, let's see. Okay, water sounds like it's all around me, actually. Which I don't think should be the case. I don't hear it anymore. I only hear it like right here. Weird. Call it out and then it starts making noise again. Fan is not on. It's it's only like 70, 60 degrees outside and it's like 80 in here. Like I'm burning up. I'll turn my fan up real quick. Um, yeah, stream's not all that exciting, but the overall goal was just to see if I could stream in like a 4:3 ratio. Kind of make it a point to do so, even though my content's just kind of non-tent. I'm not really doing anything playing the game, right? Um, not trying to hide that or like paint it as something that it's not. Just this is something I'm able to do, and if someone were to look at this stream on, say, a legacy platform like a Wii, I think the Wii can still connect to YouTube. Probably, probably not. I know the Xbox 360 can. You can actually watch live streams on YouTube on the Xbox 360, and it would come in as like a full screen, you know, on your 4:3 TV. It wouldn't be black bars, which is nice. I doubt anyone's living like this. Like I'm the only person who's thinking about this right now, I think. Um, but you know, it might be an option. I think there are a lot more people that are going to get into retro technology coming up, where physical media is just being. Wii has a Netflix disc that you had to pay for, if I recall correctly. It doesn't work anymore. It won't connect to Netflix. Uh, yeah, but you didn't have to do like you didn't have to have like a disc for YouTube. It was already like built into the system, which it might not work anymore, or if it does, it might not do live streams. It might just do playback, which that will work. Um, but I know that for the 360, it does still supports that legacy uh aspect ratio. It is weird how they had like a proprietary disc just to do that. I don't know why. Like they couldn't just add another like application. Okay. I'm just seeing if that was even. Probably need to go down. All I've really done is make a tunnel with a lot of nice headroom. Which it's not all that nice, I guess. It's just like a hole. I am creating a hole in the ground. Very, very cool. Um, and I'm out of dig'em sticks. home. Like one of these. Couple of those. Yeah, this biome looks crazy. Like it's a forest, a very thick forest. Yeah. This is a 1.7.3, like it's an older version, but it's just dark, which I like a lot. That's why I built here. Very interesting. I'm gonna get some stairs since I'm building down. Doing this the old-fashioned way. Man, 32. Watch me make a mistake. Yeah, so in the newer versions of Minecraft, you can create stairs from one stone block. Um, there's a there's an item called the stone cutter, and it saves a lot on like the blocks you use. No, from the mod? Uh, no. I don't have it. It's not a mod. It is a just an item that got added. Kind of useful. Yeah, I saw that you had logged on to Valheim just a moment ago. Um, Cutting down trees is very satisfying in Valheim. There's a game to cut trees down. It's Valheim. Let's see. Make compact dirt. The only thing I don't like about Valheim is you can't dig tunnels. It's pretty important for Minecraft. you kind of can. I mean, you can dig trenches. How to do this? That's a solid block. I need. That doesn't look right. What am I doing wrong? Uh-oh. It's better. I think. No, something's not right. What is going on? There, that'll do. Um, Sitting kind of far back in my chair. Now that I'm looking at my webcam, I stood up because I need to turn the air on a little bit, and now I'm all out of whack. Was I supposed to do that? 1, 2. Say supposed to do that like I'm not the one making it. Guess I did ruin it a little bit. Fix it. Just need these. I'll make one. Got a lot of junk. Stuff I might not want to lose. There we go. Love continuing on my fancy tunnel. Hey, Binu. Is that how you say your name? Binu? Move the mic a little bit closer to my face. Cool. Found some eye. Oh, 8. It's kind of blessed. It's a lot of coal. See. Crap. Well, I shouldn't have done those, but oh well. Found some not cobblestone. What do you call this stuff? It holds flint. Gravel. That's right. There's actually like an old biome that's not used anymore. It's all this gravel. A gravel desert type dealy. Oh, wonderful. Great sound to hear. I'm so unfamiliar with how these like caves generate. Um, there was a long period of time where I didn't play this game at all. I wasn't like you know, Minecraft is for babies, but I just didn't play it because there were other things I was interested in playing. Hey, RX Gamer. What's up, RX Gamer? Whoa. There we go. Chill Minecraft stream, very underrated. Guess I'm not being in anyone's face about it, so that could make it chill. I think that should cook everything, right? I don't actually know, so we will see. Good. Make the bottom of this cobblestone. Just make it a little bit more interesting to look at on the way down. I'm guessing I'm going to spend a pretty good amount of time in this. Unironically, the best format for YouTube mobile. Yeah, that's what's wild about it. There's a larger screen like space, and I think it fits well for like a streaming format too. I know that YouTube just moved over to the vertical live streams, kind of like TikTok had. Um, but I don't really watch those. I don't know why people do. It's just not for me. Like I'm not the demographic for YouTube, TikTok. Oh, the 4x3 dedication. It's all day, every day, Buck. Did you click on the thumbnail, or did you realize who it was, or did you look at the thumbnail and say, "Oh, hey, that's Kage"? We're going full block mode. Okay, I didn't know. I try not to pester you too much with I guess content that you're not honestly interested in. So I try not to send you every little thing that I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Helmet. Cover my noggin. I hear something moving around in the grass. Oh, yep. There's a lot of stuff moving around in the grass. I don't know where it went. uh. Okay. Is it in the hole? Is. All right, I just read your message book after dealing with that little cretin. Yeah, I don't listen to them all the time, but while I'm at work, I'll listen to your podcast. I'm not sure what it's called. The last one I listened to was the Metal Gear 3 one. Level 0 literacy or level 1 literacy. What's it called? I'm sorry. Level 0 literacy. Okay, so I got it right the first time. I didn't want to demean your podcast, you and your friends podcast. It's interesting. It seems like you all play like a video game at the same time and then get to talk about it like a book club type deal, which I think I remember hearing y'all say that was the goal in one of them, or the concept, not the goal. But it is pretty interesting to listen to. A lot of those games I don't play, so the reason why I listened to the Metal Gear one most recently was because I was interested in that. I want to get the new one that's coming out. But thanks for showing up to this stream, seeing my little 4x3 stream. I kind of like the way this old gravel texture looks. I think it looks a little different now. Guess I should dig more of this out. What does 4x3 mean? At first I thought it was a musical polyrhythm. It is, but I'm talking about the aspect ratio of video. So most aspect ratios that are standard now is a 16:9, which is like widescreen standard, what like every computer monitor looks like right now. Those big box TVs that like maybe your grandparents had, that is 4x3. It's just sort of the shape of the screen. Good question. I've been wanting a CRT but have nowhere to put one. Yeah, and uh, so I play a lot of fighting games, and I went to a fighting game tournament like a couple of months back. I think it was January, either December or January, and um, I was talking to the guy who had this really nice like small Trinitron that we were playing Darkstalkers on, and the person who had it, I asked him, you know, where did you get this thing? It's amazing. And he's like, well, you're not going to find it, basically. I was like, oh, well, you know, still tell me where it came from, just so I could, you know, get an idea of where he could have got it from. He said hospitals were just throwing them away, so he like dumpster dived for these monitors and got a hold of them, which is incredible to me. I have 3 CRTs, but I'm honestly looking for like a computer monitor, CRT computer monitor. Yeah, he said he dumpster dived for CRTs, which I don't blame him. It's not like they wouldn't be laying on top. They don't like shift whenever you throw them in there, right? Uh, and hospitals, of course, you know, they put everything that's a biohazard into a biohazard bag, so it's not like he was digging around in like needles and stuff, which is good, by the way. I don't blame him one bit. It was nice. They also had these like boards that they were playing off of. They basically took like a Raspberry Pi computer and they made like a fake um like a Capcom board, and you could plug in any controller into it and then play it. Like pretty arcade accurate from what they told me. So these are like heavy enthusiasts, which, you know, if I need information, I kind of know who to go to now. I'm gonna take a break from the underground for a moment and go feed these chickens. Um, it's not it's not being better than emulation. It is emulation. It's just more arcade accurate. I guess there's just like less parts. Like I don't even think there's like an operating system on it. It's like you plug it in and then it thinks it's the arcade board. Just it's beyond my technical scope, that's for sure. Looks like I finally have some chickens. Very nice. It is emulation with extra steps. It's like building like a whole housing for like a thing, which, you know, that's what they like. Um, I think it might just be like part of having a proprietary thing that they can call, hey, you know, I have an arcade version of Darkstalkers and I can take it with me and anyone can use any controller. Yeah, I think it might just be like a different aspect. I was under the impression that it was like um basically the way the guy made it seem to me was like there's less moving parts kind of deal. I know computer parts don't really move, but it's beyond my comprehension. I was just happy to show up and play some fighting games. mash some buttons, you know? I did pretty good at that Darkstalkers tournament, despite not having played the game much. Yes, this is an older version of Minecraft. It's 1.7.3. Does does this look weird to you? Yeah, you still have to configure your controller. And once that's done, you have to reset the whole board. So it's not really easier. I'm dying of starvation. I don't believe I'm going to make it. Who do I play? I just played Morgan and the wolf guy. John Taliban or whatever his name is. He has a different name for the English version and the Japanese version. I don't remember what they call him in the opposite version. I don't even know which name I know. Because I usually play on like Fightcade, so they use Japanese ROMs on there for whatever reason. For the Capcom games, at least. Hi, I don't really speak English and I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I like the atmosphere of the stream. Do you only stream on YouTube? I kind of only stream on YouTube now. I used to stream on Twitch a lot, but right now this is what I'm doing. Thanks for asking. The purpose of the stream is just to, I guess, use a feature that isn't used a whole lot. A 4:3 aspect ratio. Streaming on other platforms doesn't allow for a 4:3 stream. And because YouTube does allow it, I am trying to use it. Oh, someone followed me. And I can't read that because it's really far away. Features followed. Sick. And that should be lower. Where's that? There we go. I wasn't ready. Dang. I appreciate the follow. The Darkstalkers localization is very Americanized. Or very Americanized to the names. Yes. One of the things I remember seeing was I think someone had a shirt on that had the like American version of Morgan on it. It was like one of those DSC animation shows, like where they kind of trace over like anime and stuff, make like a Japanese property and American property. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, going to those fighting game tournaments is really fun. Even if you don't play, there were people. It was at a bar, so people that were there just did not know that people were going to play fighting games there that night. Is there a American Darkstalkers cartoon? I believe that's what I'm talking about. But the I believe that there was an episode of whatever show that had like a Morrigan with like she looked like a witch, more than a succubus looks. Okay. I think someone may have seen that show or like that video and made a t-shirt out of it because it looks ridiculous. No, it was okay. I said it was in January that I went. It was in October because Vampire Savior was taking place of Third Strike as the old game that was being played. Let's see, how many of these do I need? Your bones. You know, I will not make a door for that. Yeah, the guy had a like a black t-shirt on with like this like witch face Morgan on it. Like the laugh lines on it were crazy. What version of Minecraft is this? This is 1.7.3. It is quite old. I don't know what year it came out in. But like look at the mossy cobblestone and a regular spider spawner, which I don't think they have. Looks very old, doesn't it? Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, Thrill Prime. Yeah, I'm just trying something weird. I like to be different. It's such a positive vibe. Just a little bit of nostalgia, even if it's a little bit fake. Manufactured nostalgia. Okay. Well, whoops. What is going on? Do not grab that. There we go. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, YouTube hosts a lot of legacy content. And I have an Xbox 360 still that's hooked up to the internet. And one of the things that still works is YouTube. And I went through looking for like music videos that were like a 4:3 aspect ratio. So it's I went to the old YouTube. Yeah. I miss the old YouTube where I watched anime in like little 3-minute bites. Like eight parts, 3 minutes long each. Oh geez. I heard him. I didn't think he'd be right there. Um as I was saying, I went anime in 7-minute parts. Guess I was like watching even shorter parts. Ah, I if it makes you feel any better, I don't speak English very well either. I have a very strong accent. I may even use some words that are slang and just not realize it. I was searching for 4x3 music videos. I keep getting sidetracked. And noticed whenever I looked at them on my CRT television, they were full screen and they looked nice. So I started exploring different like ways to watch stuff, because old shows that are uploaded on YouTube that you can purchase are also in like a 4:3 aspect ratio, even if they're like they claim they're HD high quality. Sometimes they have both, which is really nice. Like Harvey Birdman, I think it's widescreen if you watch it on your computer, but if you watch it on your CRT or something on 4:3, it shrinks it down and cuts it correctly. Appreciate that, Buck. Um, it's it's not something a whole lot of people will think about. That's for sure. There are very few places where you will see a CRT anymore in the wild, so to speak. I know that China still kind of uses CRTs, and like I'm gonna say Middle Eastern countries still have CRTs. I don't know which Middle Eastern country, so don't really quote me on it. Um, but I think CRTs still exist in other parts of the world, and they just fell out of favor here so quickly. People wanted the best thing that they could get. Um, the quality on a newer screen is better by far, but you know, there's something about an old TV that kind of like feels alive. Like it's just like a big something in your house. I remember I couldn't afford to play Minecraft, but I always watched Let's Players play it. Uh, I mean, that's nostalgic for sure. Um, Minecraft came out in 2011, and I was already like either a junior or a senior in high school. So I was like on my way out by the time this game came out. Yeah, you turn on that big old box and you feel the static off, like coming off the screen. You just rub it and it it makes a interesting noise. Feels weird on your fingers. In one of my Nostalgia Kelly videos, I cut on the TV after like a long time of not having it on, and there was just like an incredible amount of static coming off of the television, and I put my face up to it for like a shot, um and the static is like touching my eyebrows and my eyelashes, and you can hear it in the video. Yeah, back in the day, pixels is all we had. We didn't have totally 3D animated things to play with, unless if you had like a 3DO or like a high-end computer. Also, I don't really think there was like that big of a market for like high fidelity like video game stuff. Like graphics mattered a lot, but people understood that like a video game would have like pixels and bits and stuff. Like, I didn't really think the PlayStation was anything to write home about, because my Sega Genesis also had, like, pixels and stuff. Is like, PlayStation doesn't got Sonic. That's what I like. It didn't. There wasn't really anything to keep me from wanting to play a game. I wasn't looking for like the best graphics in a game. I wanted a game that was fun. Um, One of the first things I got for my GameCube when it came out was like Sonic Mega Collection, and that's what I played. I played my old games on a newer system, which probably contributed to the fact that people commercialize that now. You really miss Pixel Sonic. I mean, have you played Sonic Mania? That's new and pixely. I say new. It came out in like 2018 or 2017 or something. Game is very good though. I hadn't beat it, but I played a good bit of it. I might have beat it with one character. I had it for the Switch for a little while, and I wanted to play as Mighty, because I like all those little Sonic characters that aren't really mentioned all that often. Um, they're not, all that special, I guess, but I remember them and I care about them a little bit, so special to me. Have my hoe. Can I walk over this without destroying it? Probably not jump on it. Excellent. What do you think about this little house I'm living in? This this hut, this shed. This is home. Here it is. Let's see here. I'll make one bread. Need one bread to sustain myself. Um, Iron pants. Very cool. Throw those down. Just skeletons behind my house. Just so dark and gloomy in the forest. Wonder if my cactus have grown any. It appears not. We do have one cactus fan. Could trim this down so it's still growing. I need to save some of the iron I get so I can make a bucket. Keep forgetting. Feed the chickens again. So many of these guys. The very first Sonic. I didn't like that one so much as the second and third one. Um, the very first one, I felt it kind of feels clunky to me. Oh, Sonic Adventure 2 with Sonic and Shadow, probably my favorite GameCube title that came out. Definitely my favorite Dreamcast title. Which I've only played like a few Dreamcast games. There was one that was like a 3D beat 'em up that was really fun. I think you played as like firefighters. I mean, that's fine. You know, uh I don't believe in like, oh, you know, old games kind of suck. I know some people have that mentality for one reason or another, but uh a lot of stuff I play is just old. Like I don't really care about uh a game's age as long as it's fun. Um a playable game is what matters most. I'm gonna block this up because I'm tired of coming down here and expecting to see something. Yeah, that I went through a lot of that growing up too. Like made a friend in like daycare whenever I was maybe in 4th grade, and I had never even like heard of a game coming out on the GameCube for Sonic, much less two of them. So like around 2004 or 2003, somewhere around there, um I had just saw this new kid, right? Like that's just kind of how kids make friends. It's like, oh, this person's new and interesting. Let's go see, you know, what he's doing, kind of deal. And we were just talking. I was like, yeah, I like video games. Video games are like cool, man. It's like, oh, what kind of music do you like? Linkin Park. What's that? Oh, my friend showed it to me. He like I moved away from whatever state he was from. uh One of his friends had shown him Linkin Park, so that's how I started listening to Linkin Park. That and my older cousins liked Linkin Park, but I didn't know it at the time. Uh he also liked Sonic, and I was like, "Oh, you know, which Sonic game do you like?" There's like a couple of them, and he told me about Adventure Battle. He's like, "Yeah, there's like a black Sonic. He's cool. His name is Shadow." And I was like, "Whoa!" I couldn't believe it. Oh yeah, a lot of people my age listened to Linkin Park. It was it was very big. Um, One of the most influential bands of my time, Linkin Park. Just the end of the millennial age group, I guess. I was born in '94, so I'm 30 now. And I think people stopped calling people millennials if they were like born in like 96, 95, somewhere around there. Start calling them Zoomers. I don't really think the age difference is all that big on Zoomers and millennials. Uh, anyways, like the kids act the same as far as I am concerned. I personally don't get anything extra out of life by being considered one or the other. Uh, listen to someone's Linkin Park or Scorpio. I don't quite understand what you mean. I know of a 80s band called the Scorpions. Um, Slipknot's pretty cool. I like Slipknot. Um, also very influential for my age group. It is scary back there. It's very cool to remember. That's something that scares me is getting some kind of Alzheimer's or like dementia, make me not remember stuff. Uh that would be very sad and very scary for everyone involved. You're writing through a translator, so you might write something wrong. Yeah, um I don't remember like a time before the PlayStation, but I do remember not knowing what a PlayStation was. Um when I was watching your Mega Man video, I kind of picked up on the fact that like your like you had mentioned like your family plays video games. I was like, "Oh, yeah, my mom played like Sega Genesis, but that was about it." Not remembering scares me. Like if you get like Alzheimer's or dementia, you could forget like very basic things like how to swallow. It's a bit extreme, right? It is something I'm afraid of. Maybe irrationally so. See, I didn't know that at all. Um, I've learned a little bit of Spanish, but I know, I see your Instagram posts of you like reading through One Piece and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, whoa, he's like reading like basic stuff. Um, I recently bought some Ranma one half in all Japanese just because I saw it in person. I was like, oh, I could get that and maybe like look at some of this person's artwork. Um, I like the show as well, but from what I saw in the books, I have not watched that much of the show. I I of course can't read it, so I don't even know what's going on at this point. Um, I do try to learn a little bit of Spanish every day. I work with a couple of Hispanic people, and I'm really cool with them, and they understand that I'm wanting to learn, so they're willing to always teach me something. And that, you know, they try to speak Spanish to me, which helps even more. Um, I'm very appreciative of that because they are a better teacher than my Spanish teacher was. Any of them. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some more cobblestone from up here. Yeah, so I live in America and it's required as part of your curriculum to take a second language, and we have a few choices. Um, we can choose from typically Spanish or French, but if your school is fancier, you may have access to German and Chinese. Um, but I learned Spanish because there were people who spoke Spanish around me, and I decided that was going to be infinitely more useful than like taking French. Um, I also was married at one point to a Mexican person, so that, you know, I didn't learn a whole lot from her either because she just spoke English to me and her siblings. They would speak Spanish around me, and I'd pick up on like a few words, but never anything like that I felt like I could use. Mainly, I speak enough Spanish to go ask someone how their day is and like order food if I wanted to. Like if I got dropped out in the middle of like Mexico and I had like American money, I could definitely feed myself for a little bit. It also helps that I like Mexican food, I guess. Um yeah, so Buck, do you get this thing where you understand better than you can speak? Like you can translate it one way in, but like translating it from your language into the other one out harder? Because that's what I have issues with. Like people speak Spanish to me and I will like respond to them in English, and that's fine. But uh whenever I try to translate it into Spanish, it gets really jumbled up in my head. It's a totally normal thing. Good, good. Not a complete buffoon. Had to ask. Yeah, I'm trying to you know, interact with people who are taking the time out of their day to interact with me. You know, I don't get out much. I don't go and do things. Um I kind of am a homebody, you know. I get off the video games or off the computer and I go draw, or like I'll like watch videos or like anime and then talk to my friends. That's all I do. Um go to work, you know, keep up with that mess. Uh as you can probably tell from how I said that, I don't live a very fulfilling work life. Um I don't dream of labor, I guess, but I do try to enjoy my time away from work. Um been off of work for like a week, and It's been nice. It was my birthday earlier this week, and took a couple days off. My coworkers tell me that work is falling apart, and it's almost impossible to escape just because of the social aspect of work. Just people talk, you know. People want to offload their stress, and it's really easy for your friends to talk to you about things that stress them out because you're supposed to be there for that. So, I mean, you know, you gotta take care of the people who take care of you. Yeah, it's like if people are making money off of your work, they are not paying you the equal amount, right? Like they might pay you a livable wage, but they're always making money on you. Not to get into the social construct, because there's nothing I can do about it. Um, but yeah, there is that. I hear some goons and stuff down here, so I'm going to dig down one more and then go straight for a minute. Yeah, my birthday was this week. It was Saturday? No, it was Friday. Last Friday. A week ago. So I'm no longer 20. I'm 30. Um, what country are you from, if you don't mind sharing? It was the 15th. Yeah, I don't know if I have Facebook set up for it, and I don't know if anyone really said happy birthday to me. I might have it hidden. I'm not sure. But it's not really it doesn't matter to me if someone tells me happy birthday, especially if it's like, you know, I'm 30. You know, that's supposed to be like a big celebration, but to me it feels kind of bad to me. I'm supposed to straighten up and be, you know, more adult, not in my 20s anymore. Kind deal. What have I got here? I guess that's what I'm digging into. I should just let that go. Yeah, happy late birthday. Um, appreciate it, but it's not needed, of course. I'm just bitter about having to count the years, I guess. Which you know, it's nothing I can really stop. You know, you can't stop time. Um, I guess I'm not like upset about it. Shouldn't say I'm upset about it. It's just age. Um, it's just you don't want to have to think about it. You just be who you are for a very long time. It's like once you're out of high school and like you got the job or like you got your degree, it's like, oh, this is who I am. And, I'm walking through life. And I don't know, things change. Once I got married, uh I kind of realized I needed to take a step back. I thought there was going to be more, and found out, oh, there's a big life change when you bring someone else permanently into your life, and you kind of realize that maybe one person loves the other more than the other person, or they want different things, and you should have thought about that before you got married, kind of deal. But it's life takes you a lot of places if you're not careful. It definitely took me a couple places. Looks like I've made it to this little clearing. Zombie's gonna fall on top of me in a second. I can feel it. Maybe they're in the walls or underneath the stairs. I don't know. Okay. I think I saw some iron up there. Yes. So always put torches on the left side. There's a hole. What's my favorite color? I think it might be purple. I really like purple. I was not a purple enjoyer my whole life, that's for sure. I uh I like Halloween colors like purple, orange, and black. Green. Uh-oh. I think it might be time for me to get out of here. Yeah, it's a frustrating subject to talk about, I guess. Um, because everyone deals with it differently. I'm not the only person feeling the way I am, but you know, my experience is not unordinary. Yeah, I think purple's a pretty goated color. I was really pleased to hear where we got the color purple from. Like, um, when people were making pigments by hand instead of synthesizing them, they would like go to these beaches full of these like purple snails and like dry them out or something. You're 23 and think that your whole life is still ahead of you. Sometimes you sit and realize that all your friends are already married. People grow at different paces. You know, you don't want to compare yourself to other people because they're, even though that you feel like you're behind, they probably feel like they're behind someone else. Like it's not, life isn't a race. Um it shouldn't be, at least. Yeah, a lot of the Polaroids I take of the sky end up turning purple, and I find them really enjoyable. I've been doing some Polaroid photography now. I might make a video on that. It's very expensive. It's a very expensive hobby, that's for sure. I'm like going on eBay getting like cheaper like film, just because it's the only way I can sustain the hobby. Um, if you don't know what a Polaroid is, it's just like a camera that you take a film image with, like you take a picture and it develops that picture in a short amount of time and it's directly in front of you. It's like those photos on the wall back there. I don't know if you can see them. They're in the corner right here. I'm gonna move before I die in the game. But yeah, there are a few Polaroids back there. Yeah, there are actually cameras back there too. Let me get a picture of the. Yeah, here's one. It might be hard to tell, but it's quite purple looking. Yeah, you can't even see just because how glossy it is. Like, it looks kind of purple. But the sky was very, not blue, but it was kind of gray looking. Got married at 29. Kind of jealous of that. I would have definitely chosen to get married at a later time. I got kind of, I let myself get pushed into it. I like Optum, I felt like I was like falling behind and I wanted to, you know, get the job, get the wife, kind of hurry my life along. What a mistake. Yeah, it's very easy to get married to like a high school sweetheart and be like, "Oh, marriage is terrible." But you know, I kind of did that to myself. I did that to myself. No kind of about it. I made those choices that led me to that decision, and no one else could have changed that except me. So, but you know, I'm a lot happier now than I was. Um, I lived a whole another chapter of my life that, you know, would not have happened if I had stayed in that relationship, and it would have been not healthy for me. Let's see. Here, lava. It's not good. Um, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be a lot of torches being used. I don't have access to lanterns because of how old this game is. Maybe the redstone lanterns, but those are kind of expensive to make, I think. So I think I'll just be using torches as my light source. Glowstone can come later, but there's no way I'm gonna be digging a ton of glowstone. Oops. Um, there are different experiences to be had in America. Generally, people get married early and then divorce. Like our divorce rate is insanely high, I think. Number one cause of divorce, marriage. There's your boomer joke for the day. I hear lava somewhere around me. It might be to the right. Oh shit. All of a sudden, the ground and this guy. Oh shit. No. Okay. Well, your best friend is having a baby soon. Congratulations, Being there for them through that could probably, be really beneficial for both of you. Having a kid's crazy. Like it's a huge responsibility to bring someone into this world, and I am terrified of it. I know most people are like, "Oh, kids don't come with an instruction manual, You don't know how good of a parent you're going to be." I don't want to find out. This stuff is kind of scary to me. And I hadn't found anyone that I love enough to have a kid with. I feel like if I can't provide a good environment, i.e., nice parents, then shouldn't be having kids anyway. Shouldn't be having relationships with people who I don't want to have kids with. But since I don't think of it that way, I don't live that life. I try not to impose my belief on other people. It's not my it's not my life. What is in this deep dark? Well, it's not the deep dark, but this crevice. fissure in the earth. Oh, jeez. Yikes. Oh, no. I was gonna dig that. Alright. Need to remind myself to make a bucket. I'm just going to go make the bucket now. I mean, that happens, you know. There's nothing to really be said about having a friend first before a, you know, potential life partner. Uh it's dating in today's climate is kind of hard. I was explaining to my mom, like, I've had this app for a couple of years now, and there's no one that really matches with me. People that like me that I like, or that I don't like, and people that I like that they don't like me. What the fuck is that? Where am I supposed to be going? Yep, I'm running. I don't know what that was. I think it was a witch. Uh, you know, I'm very lost. Very lost indeed. I'm gonna do equip my better weapon. Well, I read a message for just a moment. Uh, it's much easier to get dates through mutual friend groups. Yeah, it requires leaving the house. You know, you can't find people all cooped up, but also finding people. It, I have friend groups that don't really like. I mesh with them, but I feel like the people that they mesh with don't mesh with me. Like, I get invited to house parties and stuff, and whenever I go to them, they're very I'm definitely the weird one there. Just how I kill this thing? It's not even making noise. Just quiet. How's this thing not dying? Weird. Um did you like meet her at like a show or something that you were playing at? Doing a little tiny concert and meet your woman? You feel like you're the fish out of water at your party? At the parties? Oh, I was so close. see. There's oh, okay. So you kind of met someone through the band, which is kind of cool. Um, man, playing music to me just seems like a superpower. I wish I could like make myself play an instrument. Um, I put all my points, my creativity points and learning points into drawing and like video editing. So whenever I come to like music and stuff, it's like uh overwhelming. It feels like there's just like a wall of like knowledge that I have to overcome. Which, you know, learning anything that's the case, but music just it's always kind of been intimidating. I feel like a lot of people expect a lot out of musicians. I am not alone. Yeah, I'm sure like I've always heard that like, oh, you know, if you're playing music live, just don't worry about it if you mess up a note. They hadn't heard the song before or like they might not be as familiar with it as you. They might not even hear it. But, you know, to me it's just like I would care about that more. Yeah, I was just saying that. Yeah, a lot of the time I would spend with someone goes to doing hobbies and like creating videos and stuff. Um, the last person who I was in a situationship with, I didn't really feel like I had time to do stuff by myself. Like I require a lot of like alone time anyways. Just uh time to be me and sit, like meditate almost. Just time alone. If I had like a specific office like that I would be able to like chill out by myself with, it would have worked out a little bit better. But I was still trying to learn how to trust people again. That's great to hear. I'm jealous of people who enjoy their jobs, their labor. Um a healthy jealous, you know, I'm not trying to be mad at anyone, but definitely would love to love a job. I've not met a work that I like to do yet. I guess um like video editing and stuff is kind of fun, but it's not like I don't know, I'm doing it for me and I don't get paid to do it, right? So to me it's not a job, that's my hobby. And if they were to cross paths, then it would maybe, you know, I could see myself enjoying job. Not like I'm trying to not enjoy it. Um, if you're lucky enough to find a job you love doing, I think that's fantastic. Oh, I appreciate that. Appreciate you coming by. Words of encouragement's always nice. Um, there's not a whole lot that I had really planned to do with the stream. Um, the uh the fact that I'm still streaming is just kind of like a generating what I call what I've heard is called non-tent, which is not really content. It's definitely not evergreen. This is just kind of a in the moment now. There was something up there and I'm glad I plugged the hole. Yeah, I don't see how teachers can consider themselves teachers. Like they're being told this is what you have to teach and are given pretty proprietary expected ways to do it, right? Like I know it's like you probably created like a lesson plan and you were involved in like a it's a big aspect of it, right? But I feel like maybe you weren't always allowed to teach in the way you wanted to teach somebody, or like you were forced to go at a certain pace to meet these like end of the grade like scores that's expected of your contract, I guess. See, that's a whole world I don't know anything about right there. It's teaching seems kind of crazy. I know I didn't even want to be taught, so it was like talking to me was like talking to a brick wall. Cuz I was not there cuz I wanted to learn. I was there because I had to. What stuff do I not need? Let's see. Yeah, it's you're being like told this is what you have to do. To me is not that seems like a place to be institutionalized, not a place to teach. To be I guess not taught. I guess you are there to be told, not taught. That's what that sounds like to me. You studied to become a social worker and then decided to enter the teaching profession. You're a speech therapist. I could have used your help. um, I feel like I could definitely articulate myself a bit better. Not saying I need to use $5 words, so to speak, but like, maybe enunciating my words better. My word flow is trash. Like when I speak, it sounds like someone like listening to someone with Alzheimer's. My cadence is very spacey. This just looks like a mess over here now. Ah, yes. The horde grows. Oh, we got like 3 new chickens. 4, 5. Oh, really lucky. The horde grows. Ah. Did you know someone stole footage from a Nostalgia Kelly video recently? They didn't steal it as much as just use it without my permission, but it felt like someone stole something from me. Like Nostalgia Kelly was such a like a loaded idea in my head whenever I was first making it. Hold on a second. It's not really off topic. I'm here and I can talk about it. But Nostalgia Kelly, like I actually have like 3 videos that I worked on for Nostalgia Kelly, but none of them really came together and felt like what I wanted it to be. Um it's I don't know. Um I did this one where I was talking about the Super Mario 64 paintings, and then I got the idea to throw in some fake ones and also talk about where they were in the castle and stuff. And I was like, oh, I could make it like a ARG type thing, and then I was like, this is starting to turn into something else, and I don't really know what I want to do with it, and it became very hard to create a product I was happy with. So I stopped working on Nostalgia Kelly for a moment. Also, some of the people at work had found them, and they were almost more interested in me making the content than I was myself, which was kind of weird. The Hazel creepypasta video. I've not watched it, but I listened to it because I like listening to Hazel while I work. I think she makes really good videos. I only wish to be as good as like Hazel or Thor High Heels or there's this guy who I listen to. He's going through a really rough time right now. His name is Kenny Lauderdale, and he talks about anime and specifically like old anime. And he's kind of like a film preservationist kind of guy, and he makes videos that I really like to listen to. Um, I guess he does like bad anime. He talks about like going on like auction boards and buying the cheapest thing, and it's like, why is this so cheap? Oh, it's dog shit. I like listening to that kind of thing. Um, but I only wish that I could make videos as good as Hazel or Kenny Lauderdale. Um, I've been trying to work on how I articulate the way my videos sound. Yeah, he's going through a rough patch right now. He's one of the um two people I support on Patreon. Uh the other one I support is Greasy Tales. He's like an Australian animator. Makes all kinds of well-known Flash animations from back in the day. Um but yeah, Kenny's going through a rough patch right now, so there's that. Making videos like Nostalgia Kelly is really tough. I guess I don't have down on paper the character of Nostalgia Kelly. He's just like an exaggerated version of me. But I did also want to make it like some kind of like alternate, like he's stuck in the time period. But it's not easy to write for, that's for sure. I've found another way. Yeah, I like to listen to there's this channel I listen to that mainly covers like mysteries. Um some British lady. She just kind of talks about like real life mysteries, and she's kind of like a skeptic, so she asks questions about it to herself. Um so I do see the novelty of that kind of content. Have I ever watched Game Center CX? Second. I'm gonna look that up just to be able to tell you. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this. Retro Game Master. It's a Japanese variety show. No, I've not seen any of this, but I may look into it. People from Russia are always surprised what is happening on 4chan. Yeah, it seems like something that might play on G4 back in the day, the game show. I've only been to 4chan once. There's nothing there for me. Um, I am interested in hearing people's unfiltered opinions, just to really see what kind of stuff hits the wall when people decide to type to the world and whoever will read it. Um, I kind of miss cable a little bit. Um, or like how cable felt. I guess I don't miss cable. It's a very strange uh phenomenon where people used to like all watch the same things because that was like the way um stuff was broadcasted. You had to show up at that time or you're going to miss your show, or you had to record it on like a VHS tape. Yeah, I've watched the video that you're or a video on what you're talking about with the man who was stripped of everything and he had to win prizes, and it was actually live streamed. Um like one of the first instances of live streaming like directly to a customer. Um yeah, very sorry for that guy that went through that cuz he was robbed of his humanity. That guy was he's put through the ringer. Um if anyone's like wanting to look up what they're talking about, be careful where you type it in, but on YouTube if you search eggplant Japanese man, um you will see this man who went through a weird game show. I didn't need any of that. I needed pickaxes, right? Yeah, he has to have that charitable foundation because he went through something that people shouldn't have to go through. He was stripped of his rights over a game show. It seems like we watch similar things, um, or we're at least vaguely interested, tangentially interested, not vaguely. Um, you know, sometimes I use words and I think they mean things, and it only kind of means what I think it means. Like people can make the connection. Like I said earlier, I'm not the best person to learn English from. I hope you don't take all the things I say as the way they're supposed to be said. It is a complete horror. Like of course he signed up to try to win some money, but he didn't know he was going to have to win all of his money and his clothes and his food. Like that's insane. I'm on YouTube a lot though. Like I am subscribed to one service and it is YouTube. Um most of the content I consume comes from YouTube or um like a site where I can watch anime. There's a lot of like cool Japanese like TV shows that put people in weird situations. Um as for that one though, it seems like a special kind of uh strange. I don't think anyone could get away with it again. It's definitely not healthy. Built my tunnel a bit today. I think I might continue it this way and this way. Oh, Takeshi's Castle is on Amazon. You're watching the the dubbed version, right? Or are you trying to watch it in Japanese and learn the like what they're actually saying? I think I said Takeshi's Challenge. I meant Takeshi's Castle. Um, Same guy, different property. Um, I think there's plenty on the internet that I haven't seen, and I'm glad I hadn't seen. Oh, and new? Okay. Yeah, I saw a DVD for MXC at a local flea market recently, and I was so tempted to buy it, but I'm like $14. I don't know if I want to watch it that bad. um, I of course would just watch the MXC just because I find it funny. I'm not above uh that style of humor. See, I kind of draw the line at like what was that anime called? It had a horrible dub, but people watch it because it was funny, especially in like the early 2000s, like ghost stories or ghost detective stories or something like that. $14 is a lot for MXC. Yeah, that's what I said. And it takes up space in my house, which, you know, someone who has a lot of physical media, or not even like a lot of physical media, someone who still buys physical media because it's important. Um, I couldn't spend $14 on MXC. Uh, a lot of people like that show just because it said, you know, really off the wall, inappropriate things. Um, Kung Pao, I love Kung Pao. The part where he starts fighting the cow, I kind of quit watching. I kind of tune it out at that point. But just hearing some of the voice lines that are really memorable, just it brings me back to a special time. Kung Pao was kind of crazy, and I'm sad it never got its sequel that it said it was gonna get. I am the chosen one. Try this new technique. Your fist my ass. Ne- Neo na 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 sporin. I don't remember this part. I guess I remember a lot of the different parts then. It's just a movie. It's just movie quotes. It's a movie called Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, my buddy, he sat me down to watch it once. He's like, "Oh, you ever watch Kung Pao?" And I'm like, "No, it's like some kind of karate movie." He's like, "You gotta sit down like right now. We're watching this today." I'm like, "What? I didn't want to do this today." I don't like sitting around watching movies, but I had a good time with it. As soon as I saw that guy get a hole punched straight through him, I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is nothing like what I thought it was. Fine, we'll watch it." You watched it obsessively. Pretty good movie. Um, I do wish I had given it a chance earlier than what I did. Um, I have a hard time watching video or like movies, so it's like pulling teeth. Me. Um, a lot of the movies I watched as a kid was always stuff people are like, you have to watch this, and it was a good time sometimes, sometimes it wasn't. Very few times I got to pick out the movie a blockbuster because everyone knows I would have picked something stupid. Well, I say everyone. I guess my parents knew that I would pick out something that they couldn't stand to watch, so they're like, "Here, we're watching E.T. today instead." So we would get like a pizza, and we would watch some kind of movie that I had very little interest in watching. I love pizza. Honestly, someone could look at me and be like, "I know that guy loves pizza." Yeah, um so I kind of have like a theory because like my parents don't like. You had mentioned that your parents at one time liked video games and you played video games as a family. That was never a thing at my house. Like, once in a spell would they be like, "Oh, what are you playing?" Or like, "Hey, my buddy from work has come over tonight. We could like play Mortal Kombat," or like his kid could watch you and him like we could watch y'all play basically. That's about the, you know, extent of that. Um I feel like their generation likes to let the entertainment do the entertaining for them. It's like they're like, you just sit up there and play video games all the time. It's like, number one, I don't. Two, um, is it honestly a worse thing to be playing video games than to be controlling the experience? Because to me, I'd much rather like make the thing happen. I play like, I don't want to say hard games. I play stuff like this where it's like the world would be nothing without me except for a vast wasteland kind of, or like a untouched section of the world, or like a untouched world, or like something like Rocket League. I get a lot out of doing a cool thing on Rocket League. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat because I was kind of went off on that like thought so that I could finish it. Oh, you would do Unreal Tournament LAN parties? Oh my god, that sounds fun. Uh, I would. So my cousins introduced me to StarCraft, and that's whenever I was started playing like games on like a local area network. I was like, what? That you can just hook up computers and play this like cool army game against each other? Wow, that was really cool to me. It's still, I kind of wish I could do that still. That doesn't look good. Maybe if I close it up top. Maybe like this. Maybe. Cool architecture indeed. Um, I really liked learning StarCraft. I actually played a game of StarCraft the other day, 2 days ago, and I had a lot of fun with it. Even though I was just playing against the computer, it was also the original StarCraft. Well, it was Brood War. It was StarCraft 1. Um, I've played a lot of the second one too, and it is a lot easier to control your army. But the the second one doesn't feel like the first game. I think there's a lot of things that the sequel got wrong, in my opinion. So I prefer Brood War a bit. I've never played Age of Empires, but I don't know. I was like the only person who was interested in having a computer in the house whenever I was a kid. Um, my grandfather gave me my first PC just because it was convenient for him to do so. He was getting another computer anyways. Um, you say that, but I think it takes more brains to play a turn-based game than like micromanaging a few units correctly. Like there's a lot of value in doing stuff fast, but there's also a lot of value in doing small things when they need to be done, exactly when they need to be done. I think it takes a bigger brain to play a turn-based game than a game of StarCraft. Oh shit. Get me away from him. I don't ever play like a complicated game of StarCraft anyways. Like I can't win like player versus player matches. I'm not good enough. So I just play against the computer on whatever the normal difficulty is. I could probably even play on the harder difficulty just because of how old the game is. It's nighttime. Yeah, all I do on StarCraft is mass one unit and then like a couple of like backup units for it. It's also free now, which is very cool. I do have a bread left. Create one more bread. Oh yeah, I got bones. I can force my wheat to grow. Get all these chickens. Just looks like a mess. I uh I think I'm gonna clean up a little bit. Let's see here. That's that's a little bit better. Say with a shaky, unsure voice. One. Another one. Also, one of the best soundtracks I've listened to. I know it's just kind of like basically lullaby music, basically, but I like it still. Free chicken meat. Um, bucket. Said I was gonna make a bucket earlier, and I just never did. Go ahead and make some shears as well. Can I make a block of coal? Is that a thing? It is. Okay. Very nice. Excellent. I've never heard of Bravo stars. Um, is that like a look it up? I look like a penguin from Bravo stars? Uh, I looked up Bravo stars. There's a Psycho Shooting Star Bravo was the thing that comes up, and I don't see like a penguin character. I can't find the game you're talking about. Kids definitely play Minecraft still. It's actually in school, and I think some kids kind of think it's not fun because of school. I think Minecraft is fun. A penguin. That would delight one of my friends to hear that I look similar to a penguin. His favorite animal is a penguin. I think they're very cool. Okay, so I have more farm space now. He said that I look like Mr. P from Bravo Stars. So there is a penguin by the name of Mr. P in a game called Brawl Stars. Maybe it's the translation program. He says I look like this guy. Hold on. Hold on. Uh that's What do children play in America? Fortnite. All the kids love Fortnite. At least that's what I think they all like. Oh, it's not showing up. Doesn't like the file format. Wait. Yeah, this is Mr. P from Brawl Stars. Apparently, it looked like this. Um, yes, I think kids are not supposed to be playing Fortnite. I think there are many kids that are too young to be playing Fortnite. Um, Roblox is another one. Like Buck said. Yes, it's Mr. P. Um, that being said, I, as a child, had access to Mortal Kombat, so there is that. I probably shouldn't have been playing Mortal Kombat, but I certainly did. Um, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing for kids to like play games with violence, but uh, kids do need to be taught the difference between fantasy and reality. There's so many bad stories that come out of that book. Yeah, Fortnite is directly um tailored to kids in the States. Like as a kid, I played stuff like Grand Theft Auto and like uh Mortal Kombat. I mean, I was a little bit older when I was playing like Grand Theft Auto, but I wasn't 17 like I should have been. Oh, yeah. Is Dota 2 still really big in Russia? Or like Counter Strike, CS? Because I know like there's still like a large Russian player base for like Gmod and stuff, uh like Russian versions of Gmod still exist. Uh just even hearing someone talk about it kind of blows me away cuz in America, I don't think I would say the amount of people who even know what Dota is at this point just are um older than 30. Like people played like the original Warcraft when uh Dota first came out as like a map. Yeah, I kind of figured CS:GO was popular everywhere. Um I meet a lot of Russian people whenever I play Rust. Are you familiar with what Rust is? I bet you are. It's mainly played on the computer. I assume most games are played on the computer in Russia. uh, interesting. It's so my nephew knows what skibbity toilet is, and I think his mom, my sister, took his like video privileges away for a little bit because she could see the kind of stuff that it was. Yeah, you remain in complete shock. You're not the only one. A lot of us are. But uh I also used to watch silly things on the computer. I'm not going to act like I didn't watch a lot of source filmmaker stuff, but I was definitely like not very young and impressionable. It uh it's a strange phenomenon. Um it's scary, you know. As a kid, the songs I knew and the things I would have liked enough to sing about was probably just like Pokemon. Probably sing the Pokemon theme song a lot as a kid. Uh yeah, my my nephew was watching it, and he kept asking his mom to play the Skibbity Toilet song. And I was like, "Oh, this is grand. What could this be? What is the Skibbity Toilet song?" And there's it's a popular song from the 80s. It's a I think it's a Hall and Oates song. It's either Tears for Fear or uh Hall and Oates. But yeah, cards with man and spider. I believe you're talking about like Spider-Man like cards. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the collectible card games and stuff. Very very nostalgic for me as a kid. I at one point collected baseball cards, but I was not really interested in the fact that it had like these people with their stats on it. I was like, they're cool, you know. I didn't I played baseball myself, like Pee Wee League baseball, collected men and spiders, you know. You could meet a friend that way, I'm sure. There's someone out there collecting men and spiders. I wish to never run into them. Ninja Turtles. I I was never into Ninja Turtles. Every time I mention that to people who like Ninja Turtles, they're like, "Oh, how could you not like Ninja Turtles?" I liked Power Rangers as a kid. I liked Power Rangers and Sega Genesis, and or since you're in European, you're like a not a American country, you would have known the Sega as the Mega Drive. A baseball card based deck building game. You could be the first. You could make like the next Yu-Gi-Oh baseball game. Power renderings. I guess Power Rangers were cool. Yeah. There's a guy who I was working with for years. He was like really into like Power Rangers and Super Sentai. They're like the same thing as Power Rangers, I think, the way he was explaining it. He showed me some of it, and they're people that dressed up in the same uniforms and stuff, but the stories are different. I it's beyond me. I quit watching Power Rangers whenever I started wearing like boxers instead of like character underwear. It's not Common Rider. It's called Super Sentai, I think. Because there's another guy who does watch Common Rider. Yeah, Super Sentai is a Japanese superhero team meta series. Has anyone figured out what this blue monster was? Blue monster. Yeah, it was just he was like he liked to watch both the American one and the Japanese one. Was was the demographic for like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for teens, or did it just use teens as like a platform to like, because to me it felt definitely like it was for like kids. Yeah, that's true. So you're saying it was meant as like a avenue for the series to work. To me, I couldn't imagine me being like a teenager and watching, oh, Huggy Wuggy. Let me read your original message again. Um, has anyone figured out what this blue monster was? Huggy Wuggy. It's just some kind of game kids liked. It's like a horror game. Uh, I see a lot of kids using it in VR chat whenever I play, and they like. I guess they run around and scare each other with it, and uh, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I know it's a game you could buy on Steam for like $5. Okay, well that makes more sense, Buck. And also, I'm right there with you, Optum, on the Huggy Wuggy thing. Um, kids like what they like, you know. I kind of wish um there was a part of me that like felt shameful for liking stuff as a kid, and that I wish that didn't go away. I knew what you meant, Buck. You know, you don't watch Saved by the Bell and expect, all of them to be like 18, probably like 25. What? They tried to ban Huggy Wuggy because it like scared kids. Maybe there's more to it that I don't know. I'm so far out of the loop. I don't indulge in a lot of children's media. Like I draw the line at like Sonic and Minecraft. Uh there's not a whole lot of games I'm playing as an adult that a kid would play. I can definitely see how that's not good for kids, but as a kid, I was allowed to watch any kind of like scary movie I wanted because my parents were like, "Oh, you'll just get scared and run away," kind of deal. And I did because I am a very scared child, or I was a very scared child. Many things scared me. I don't understand a little about films about teenagers. The actors are 30, where the actors are 30 years old. Um, it's just easier to pay an adult to act like a kid than a kid to go through the stress of being an actor, I think. Um, I'm pretty sure there's like there's like laws against it now. Like there's a lot of kids that went through like really horrible like Hollywood things. It obviously is stressful to be like working as a kid. I'm sure you could get teenagers to be like a actor, and it'd be easier. But it's not like it can't be easy on like kids to be like an actor. Yeah, I'm talking about like real like 30-year-olds acting like they're like 18 or even younger. Sometimes I'll look like an actor, or I'll look at an actor and I will say to myself, that actor is the most 18 years old that any 18-year-old has been. It's not gonna translate good. That's I tried to phrase it in a way that would translate good. Yeah, many child actors were severely abused, so it's probably best to just not use child actors. It's a it's a long, hard road out of hell for many people. Um, I watch a lot of well, I will see a lot of shows and think to myself that this is not something I would want to watch just because of how weird it appears to me. Yeah, I don't know what the climate is like. You know, I don't know what's expected of a up and coming young Russian man. Yeah, I don't really know what it could be like. You know, I'm a little too far removed from that part. I need my hoe or this. This would work too. There we go. And I think there might be one over here. Yeah, a lot of countries import our media. Um, there. So I haven't watched a lot of Russian cinema, but there are cartoons. I like Russian animation. Um, especially animation from um like the beginning of like Russians getting like into animation. Uh there was this couple that did like paper animation where they like move paper and I like the way that looks. It's I dated a girl who thought it was really creepy and it scared her, but seeing the paper dolls move and knowing that they're all what you call it, that someone took the time to like cut these like little photographs out and like create a collage and then move that collage and create a story with it is kind of cool. um we Americans don't really have like an analog for it except South Park, and that's not a very good representation of what I'm talking about. I'm gonna type this in: Russian paper animation. It looks like there aren't very many great. Oh, this video by Atrocity God showed me what I was talking about. It's called "The Animators Who Spent 40 Years on a Single Film." Um, let me see if I can get their names. Yuri Norstein and Francesca Yarbusova. They make the kind of animation I'm talking about. It's paper with still frames, by the way. Um, these people clearly do the work that they do because they love it, and that's incredible to me. I got hurt by starvation. Um, it's not like stop animation like the Corpse Bride is. Um, it's we Americans would call that like claymation or stop motion animation. It is stop motion animation, but it uses like a two-dimensional piece of paper instead of like a three-dimensional like doll. I used to make my own stop motion animation videos, or I guess I could call them movies because they were movies. Uh, I would give a lot of money to get those back. I would love to see my own films again that I made whenever I was a kid. Um, I made them with like action figures, of course, and like clay. Um, it's something I really wish I could go back and like see again. Like I get like sick to my stomach wishing I could watch it again. There's something in the woods over here. Heard it. They're um they're like laying down to be photographed, but they're drawn a little bit. Like their arm moves separate from their hand, but it's just like it moves a little bit. Wonder if there's like a way like a word for it. Control it. Let me see. I don't think this guy has any of his art. I don't know like a specific Russian person, sadly, for like animation wise. Oh yeah, like a little flip book. Yeah, those are fun. I actually got like a stack of notepads to do that with right here. I drew a little weird self portrait. Let's see. I drew like a little. Yeah, in American schools, I am told that kids play on their cell phones a lot. Like they just don't pay attention. I'm afraid of the newer generation, um, you know, the generation younger than me, and what they will do with the world once it's left to them. I go to like I was like a public school kid, so I didn't have to um I didn't have like strict teaching. I had like basically enrollment, and I was told what to learn. I didn't have like someone teaching me um side by side. A lot of it was like learn it on your own kind of deal, or like if you don't understand, we can't help you. So I did awful in school. Digging. I've been out of school for so long. Like I couldn't imagine going to school today. Vaping. Yeah, it's common. You know, sometimes kids at my school would smoke cigarettes. Uh, not while there, but like they would walk across the street, like off of school property to smoke. That was something that they did. And then as soon as they were done with their cigarette, they would walk back onto school property. Yeah, I think it's pretty common now that that's something that's peddled to kids. I don't really I don't personally know anyone who's that age anymore. All of my cousins have now gotten old enough to not be in high school or like middle school. Well, I have one cousin, she is in middle school, but I don't really talk to her. Smoking. Yeah. It's cool. um I say that in jest, by the way. I draw a lot of characters that smoke, so it's going to be hard to tell. Um yeah, I believe my parents have also said that the high school I went to, well, one of my parents, they had like a smoking area at that school as well. Like teachers and students would like go to the same smoking area and it'd just be okay. But that time is, you know, coming past. One of these days I'll have food always. Minecraft. But I've been streaming for a little while now. I do think I'm going to kind of end it here. I'm getting to the point where I'm not progressing any, and we could just leave some time for next time. You know, stay in school, pay attention in school. Uh, don't smoke vape at school. Be involved in your curricular activities, and stay safe. Appreciate y'all coming out to watch. See you later.